Welcome back, everybody. SJ back with another video for the day. Today we'll be drawing a dog. This is my first attempt. I've never been a big person on drawing animals and stuff, so we'll see how this turns out. I'm hoping for the best. For this drawing, I'll be using this Twisty Races 0.7 Pentel mechanical pencil. This will be what I'll be using to do all my drawing, shading, everything like that. To help with the shading, I have just a blending stick. These things work wonders. You'll see in a minute how we'll be using it. But yeah, right now I'm just going to start off by shading in the nose. This needs to be one of the darkest regions of the face, leaving a little bit of a hint of white on the top, so a little bit of light that'll be hitting it. This dog had a little bit of a kind of a dark fur patch underneath its nose. Right now I'm just shading that in and racing over it a little bit to leave some highlights of where the sun will be hitting the hairs themselves. Next step will be to begin the actual fur around the nose. This is just done by light strokes of the pencil. You don't want to try to do every individual hair. You'd never finish, and probably turns out looking a lot stranger than you might would think. But just do light strokes. Think about the direction in which the hair itself will be leaving the face of the dog. You don't want everything just straight up and down, or it's going to look very, very linear and like it's on one page. The biggest thing I gathered from research was just whenever you're trying to do fur or anything like that, take your time. The smaller the stroke, of course, for like something like a short-haired dog like you'll see here. It appeared that the best thing to do is shade a small portion of area. We want to do a light coat and then go back over with your blending stick, and once you've slightly blended it in, go back through with an eraser. Right now I'm using like the best eraser option I have. I do have some things on the way that are going to help this a lot though. But after you've shaded, after you've went back and blended it with a blending stick, and now you've added the light highlighted areas for where the light would be hitting the fur itself, you want to go back. The best thing to do, I've finally realized, was to sharpen your pencil a little bit. Just put it on a piece of scrap paper and roughly run it across one side till you get a point, and then go back one last time and add some nice finer hairs. This kind of adds a second layer and really makes it look a lot better. I wanted to share my first experience of practicing drawing fur with you all. Hope to get better in the future, but for the next few minutes this is what I'll be doing, just coloring in the fur of the dog. It's going to have like three outlining portions. The first, the really light around the nostril itself. Second, the darker, a little bit darker fur that goes all the way up to right around the eye of the dog. And then lastly, there's a really dark patch on the very top of its head and right in the middle of the two eyes that you'll see. As we start to finish up the body here, I do just want to thank you all for tuning in and watching. Like I said, this was my first attempt at ever trying to draw something like this. I really hate to say realistic, because it's really not the most realistic looking thing ever, but it is probably the closest thing I've ever tried to do. I'm by all means an amateur artist, if there is one. This is just a hobby I had for a long time, and I have recently picked it back up, and I really want to become better. What kind of inspired me to attempt to draw something like this was a YouTuber by the name of Lethal Chris. He's got a great tutorial out there on how to draw fur, and really a lot of tutorials on everything. I highly recommend you all check it out if you've never seen his videos. He's a fantastic artist, and I really do feel like I've learned a lot from watching them. I'm going to try to incorporate them, even though I'm not comfortable with something like this. I'm more often drawing more cartoonish type things. I do want to get better, and I really believe, following kind of the methods that he showed, I will over time. I do want to just show you, though, don't be afraid to attempt something new. If you don't, you'll never get any better at doing anything. That's why I decided to post this video. I wasn't going to at first, because I wasn't super happy with how it turned out, but then I did have to tell myself it was my first try, and just really hope to post even better things for you all to watch here in the near future. I finish up here just coloring the eyes themselves, just using my mechanical pencil. I couldn't really get a super dark shade in the eye itself, so I ended up going over with a Copic SP 0.3 multi-liner. This is something I use a lot to traditionally outline it, but it really done the job here. I'll also go over the nostrils themselves just to add a little more depth to them as well, just because my pencils themselves couldn't do it. Lastly, I'll run over the couple of little highlighted areas with a Jelly Roll pen just to really make that white pop. I do want to thank you all for watching the video. If you like what you saw, maybe consider liking and subscribing. I'll be posting some more improvement videos here in the future. Until then, I hope you all have a great day.